at yet. I might check that out.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we're live on a Tuesday, ready to do some podcasting. That's right, we came back the next day. Feels like it's been a few weeks since we did that.
Right.
The official weapon of the show is
The taser.
an unofficial sport. And bullet ball, extreme. You look, it's just a regular show. You know how it is. We got segments. We're gonna go ahead and get right on into them. Don't touch that dial. Let's do it.
Again? Look, here we go again. We got variants. Really need to keep a mask on hand and follow the plan. Get the vaccine and second shots, whether woman or man. Black Guy Who Tips is doing their part, but the dummies expand. Niggas would rather believe a bunch of misinformation. Fuck y'all idiots not getting shots. Now we gotta regress. If we keep going in this direction, we never can rest. Never can get back to the lives we be living the best. Damn fool, stop the lying, stop the intubation crying. Cause it's your fault that motherfuckers died. Damn fool, stop the lying, stop the ventilator crying, cause it's your fault that motherfuckers dying. I do not understand this shit, I'm not a fan of this. We were like one win from the pandemic championship, but fuckers wanna leave it to 7 with Giannis, Delta, Kubo, dropping forward progression, and Chris middle fingers to your plans, man, damn. Looks like it's no Drew holiday for you and your man. I'm sick of black people dying for real, so I'm just writing this new piece to let you know how I feel. Coronavirus, yeah. Fuck that COVID-19, it's unseen, it's creeping in the air for you to breathe, yeah. So fuck that COVID-19, it's unseen, it's creeping in the air for you to breathe, yeah.
Coronavirus. That's right, coronavirus news. It's still happening. I know the rest of the world says it's done, it's over with, but I'm just saying, I still see it in the news, so I still say the articles from time to time, and we just try to keep you updated. We're not trying to encourage panic or pessimism or whatever. Just trying to stay grounded in some level of reality.
Ain't that the truth?
Ex-Kansas legislator who committed COVID relief fraud seeks to avoid prison sentence. I read that all wrong.
How, Sway?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I did a little bit of COVID fraud, but that don't mean nigga gotta go to prison. Come on now. Why are we overreacting?
It was fraud. You didn't do what you said you was gonna do with the money.
He was convicted of 12 felonies for lying on applications for federal COVID-19 relief.
12, and the thing,
that's a lot of felonies.
A whole bunch of felonies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's older than some people's kids right now. The thing is, this is why I personally feel like a lot of people who you wouldn't think still want Trump in office, because when Trump was in office, nobody gave a fuck. They weren't monitoring this shit. They weren't going back. They weren't investigating. It was like, because he had so much fucking chaos happening that everybody was so focused on him, they didn't see other people were doing some of the same crimes, sometimes even worse than what he was doing. But it's like now everything's quote unquote back to normal. So they was like, you know what? Let's go back and check the bullshit. That's why they've been locking people up 3 and 4 years after the fact, because somebody went and started crunching them numbers and shit like that. Because the thing is, when Trump was in office, a lot of that was to decentralize the federal government, allows that to break it up. A lot of that was to keep it understaffed, like purposefully too, so that they could not do their job.
Right. I think also it's not like Trump's in office. So I feel like if Trump would have been reelected, there's probably a lot of people who did unsavory shit like this that would have gotten away with it. I think the thing that bothers me the most, or just not even bothers me the most, is the thing I feel like I need to be pointed out. It's almost always Republicans. And in this case, it was a former Republican state representative, Michael Capps. He was capping, all right, of Wichita. He got sentenced to 4 years and 3 months in prison. Now, the thing about these Republicans, as one of their tenets of Republicanism, is you can't have government funds available to people in need, because people will pretend to be in need, game the system, and that's why we always need to cut welfare and SNAP, and they don't want student loan forgiveness and all this stuff. And yet, consistently, when we find people of authority, people of high power, who scammed the system during the COVID-19 relief era, it's almost always these like Republicans that when it comes to like someone in office doing
Someone in
something like
office,
this.
right?
I can't speak for the actual human
Yeah,
beings. Like
general public.
there are
Yeah.
some other like prominent conservatives that have also been accused and convicted of gaming the system. But I'd say in that case, there's also like reality TV stars that did it. It's like it's just like a low level of morality for the people that game the COVID system. But yeah, it's interesting that it happens to be Republicans so often. And he stole supposedly over nearly $500,000 in funds that were meant to help businesses remain afloat. I think George Santos is also accused of doing this.
Right, which means, and a lot of people are like, why my favorite restaurant go out of business? Why my favorite shop go out of business? People wondering why a lot of these businesses are like disappeared, and a lot of them are never coming back.
We had to have
they couldn't get the funds.
We had to have multiple rounds of COVID relief, partially because people were saying, I didn't get my funds. The funds are all gone already. And many of the cases that was Black people and Black businesses that never got those funds. And now you look at this and see people like this guy were taking $500,000, and the prosecutor say he shows no remorse nor contrition.
Go to jail. Go to the motherfucking jail.
Meanwhile, man, if you've ever needed assistance from the government, from your for your family and stuff, especially, I can't speak for everybody, obviously, but as a Black person, there's so much shame attached to it. There's so much stigma. It makes you feel like you're a personal failure when it really has nothing to do with that. But it makes you feel that way. Meanwhile, this motherfucker's shameless. Got more than enough money, more than enough shit, and still took money from the government. They really are the call coming from inside the house when they talk about malfeasance and grifting.
Yes, and it's very, very frustrating. And racism makes no sense. It's irrational and illogical. I will keep saying this because even if I was white, and even if I was white and racist, I'd be like, hey, motherfucker, I don't want you wasting my taxpayers' money either. It's like, because you're white, okay, you can do what the fuck you want to do. But yeah, anybody Black and brown, it's always a rule, it's always a regulation, it's always an assumption, it's always a reason why. But you got motherfuckers actually doing the shit that you actually accuse Black and brown and others and LGBTQ and all the women, you accusing them of doing the shit. Make them jump through hoops, take unnecessary drug tests, which is a fucking waste of money, and all this bullshit. And studies have shown that those tests are a waste of money compared to the people that actually, need the assistance and things like that. And so it's like, now this person's actually doing this shit and it's motherfucking crickets.
Yeah, it's really fucking, it's disgusting, honestly, man, when you just think about the way we have to live, compared to just the lack of morals and stuff over there. Yet they get elected on that hate. They get elected on, I'm gonna stop other people from, on law and order and shit. And it's all just coming from inside the house. ABC defeats COVID-19 vaccine suit from fired General Hospital star Ingo Rademacher. ABC argued the actor's objection to the vaccine was rooted in health or efficacy concerns and questioned the sincerity of his religious beliefs. And yeah, he took it to trial and he ended up losing, claiming it was his religious objections. And this is the thing, you're not going to find any religious shit. People just use that religion stuff conveniently,
Yes.
like there was no actual like because these people got vaccinated every other time. So they were worried that, feel how you feel, but the real worry for them was it's not being tested. It's RNA vaccine, or just I'm scared, or just I'm a Republican, and Joe Rogan told me to be scared on his podcast. Whatever the fucking reason was, it wasn't Jesus. But a lot of times in America, we let religion be the reason that you can do something stupid or destructive or harmful to society, or in many cases we just let it excuse poor behavior or stupid decisions, right? America is a place that's supposed to be founded on religious freedom, but you can throw that shit in quotes, but but we let things slide. If you think about the way that people are able to discriminate against gay people, they'll say it's my religion, right? What a lot of people won't talk about is they used to use that same logic to discriminate against Black people. They said it was a religious thing. Sounds to me like the thing you hate becomes religious exceptions all of a sudden whenever it comes down to it. And so the vaccine became that. And yeah, this motherfucker lost in court. Now, who knows what fucking reasoning he was going to try to use, but the other reason I think a judge can't really let somebody like this win, too many people would do this.
Yes.
Like you literally destroy entire industries and shit if everybody could just be like, yep, we claim religious exemption from the COVID vaccine and I got fired, so I need to get this money now. Even if it wasn't a religious issue, it is now. I need to get this money. So I don't think they can let a person like this win after, so many people got vaccinated and so many people that refused to get vaccinated lost their jobs.
Right. It's for the safety of the society.
Mm-hmm. During the darkest days of COVID, some Michigan hospitals made hundreds of millions of dollars in profit. Yeah. What I find interesting is that so many nurses and doctors and stuff got overworked.
Yes, it was complaining like, hire help. The fuck is this? And they was like, nah, B.
Well, it's not just hire help. A lot of workers got furloughed. A lot of staff got cut. Salaries got trimmed temporarily. And now that we have time to go look at it, there was an audit of tax records and federal data collected by a nonprofit found that a few hospitals and health systems did great, posting increases in both operating profits and overall net assets as the pandemic raged. Michigan's very interesting because I think that's Gretchen Whitmer's state, and we saw the fucking pushback towards her for trying to keep motherfuckers from dying.
Right.
But yeah, it's interesting. In December 2021, Bill Manns, the president and CEO of Bronson Healthcare, said in a video message, the Southwest Michigan health system was at the highest level of disaster response in our history, and that its staff and resources were stretched beyond anything we could have ever imagined. What Manns didn't say was that Bronson, a 4-hospital system based in Kalamazoo, was on track to post $112 million in operating profits that year, more than twice what it made in 2019, more than the $30 million of what came from federal COVID relief money.
Wow.
Yeah. So I guess whose Bill Manns is this?
Yeah, and it's one of those things that our healthcare system is broken, and this is one reason why I am like, raise my taxes and fucking give everybody healthcare, because people's insurance rates still go up. Certain hospitals can deny you just for coverage and shit like that. So it's like, y'all making these record-breaking profits, but yeah, I go in and a fucking pill of ibuprofen is $55. People have to fight the hospitals and shit. People get these ridiculous ass bills, and then when you be like, I want to audit, all of a sudden the bill is fucking slashed in half. Yeah, because now I want to see what the fuck you charging me for. And now all of a sudden it magically drops. Yeah, because y'all overcharge for shit purposefully too.
I think also profit is not necessarily equal to success or business being run well, or people being paid the correct wages, or even being able to hire people. One of the biggest issues in the healthcare, before you even get to overwork and stuff like that, was just the lack of regard that a lot of society had for COVID-19. And so I wouldn't want to work as a nurse if I had any other option to make money, even in similar money, even less money. During the last 2 or 3 years, if I had any other option, I would absolutely understand being like, I don't want to do this job, because half the people come in here get mad because they want ivermectin, or they refuse to do anything. They don't want to wear a mask, and motherfuckers are dying on their families are mad at me. What is the point of me doing this job? A lot of this stuff is really avoidable, and people are coming in here skewing a certain way, so I could even understand just that, and I could get it, of course, I could definitely understand that.
And on top of that, for a lot of people in the field, particularly over the past few years, a lot of people that were on the front, quote unquote, front line, that were experienced, but they like what they do. A lot of them started going to administrative work. Like they started doing shit, be like, fuck that. Let me push some papers. I'm not dealing with the people. Like they started doing coding and like all other shit that's still in their field. And you have a lot of people that's were going into nursing that like literally was like, I'm gonna change my field, or I'm gonna get something tangential to it where I don't have to fucking retake all my classes. But what I'm not gonna do is that bullshit. Y'all ain't marching me out there to die.
All right. And then, some places your coworkers are part of the problem too.
Right.
The earth is healing though, and people are, coming out the house and we're hanging out, we're seeing each other's faces, and we're getting a little more risky with our behaviors. And that's why gonorrhea and syphilis sex infections reach a record level in England. We did it, y'all.
Oh no.
Yes, cheerio, chaps. We fucking did it. We are all the way back. We setting records over there. We bringing syphilis and gonorrhea to the forefront. Okay, we taking it to the medieval times.
I guess they say y'all must have forgot. We still here.
No mask, no condoms. That's what I say. A condom ain't nothing but a mask of the dick. Let's get that out of here. No! There were 82,592 cases of gonorrhea in 2022, up 50% of 50% on the year before. Syphilis increased by 15%. Man, let's go. And lastly, virologists are hunting mystery COVID strain in Ohio wastewater suspects. In Ohio wastewater suspect. Okay, let me say this again. Virologist, which should be plural. That's what's fucking up this sentence.
Okay, and what's the virologist?
People that looking that study viruses, I believe.
Okay.
They study viruses that affect humans, animals, So people who study viruses, they've been testing the wastewater to find out how much COVID is in the population and all this stuff. So they are hunting a mystery COVID strain in Ohio wastewater, and they suspect one individual has been infected for 2+ years.
God damn!
Right. Mark Johnson is a molecular virologist.
Talk about long COVID shit.
Right. Both. Actually, talk about long COVID shit. That's what it is, Karen. Mark Johnson is a molecular virologist who studies COVID-19 in wastewater. He's been tracking what he calls a cryptic lineage of COVID in the wastewater collected from the sewer shed in Columbus, Ohio. He believes that this lineage, an old B11 derivative, is from one individual who has been infected for over 2 years. Through his research, he surmises that this person lives in Columbus and travels to work at the Washington courthouse. Damn, they could track the doo-doo down to the toilet?
To the clubhouse?
And he uses the handicap stall too.
I know people that are like, bitch, who was up in here that got fucking COVID and y'all talking about don't wear no mask?
The high concentration of this lineage in the Columbus wastewater indicate to Johnson that whoever is carrying this cryptic lineage is shedding a high quantity of the virus. In the most recent thread of this cryptic lineage posted Sunday, June 4th, Johnson urges the individual to reach out as they suspect they are the person. If they suspect they're the person in question, he says he's trying to help that person get medical help. I have no idea what this means. He also explains through his research that he's trying to better understand how COVID infections spread and how to better treat them. So if you the magical long COVID person,
ground zero,
patient zero, let Mark know what's up.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's he pleaded. He was like, hey, dog, like, come on, dog, like, it's for real, though, like, can we get you something? Like, you out here just shaking it off on everybody. Come on, dog.
Yeah, that's just shedding everywhere,
right?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into some other news. Oh, yeah. A little breaking news.
Oh shit!
That's right. Breaking news. This just in.
What happened?
Christie has entered the presidential race for the Republicans.
This is like a fucking clown show.
It's great. I love it. We love to see it. We listen every time one of these motherfuckers jump in the race.
That's all I hear too.
Come on down, buddy.
Yes, that's all I hear too.
He's supposed to be the Mr. Fuck Trump, but we know he's a cuck. Like, buddy, it's too late.
It's too late. Ain't he? Didn't one of them Trump call their wife ugly to his face?
That's a different one.
He turned around and was like, "Yes, sir."
That's a different person, Karen. You're thinking about Ted Cruz. Christie bowed down to Trump in such a pathetic way, and there can't be anyone who's buying his. Yeah, I'm the guy who's gonna hold Trump accountable and take him down. There can't be anyone who's buying it, and even less people who's buying him as president. Like, I just can't see it for this dude. Like, he was such a cuck. He almost died for him. Like, he could have been White Herman Cain. He was low key. He was very close to White Herman because he was on some like, I don't need no motherfucking vaccine. We just doing.
His ass was in the hospital.
He was in the hospital like 2 vaccines, please.
What's that experimental shit? I want that too.
Yeah, put the super soldier serum in me. I don't care, whatever it takes to look at it. Like, he almost died trying to hang out with the bad kids. So yeah, zero respect for this nigga. Can't believe he trying this bullshit. Let's get to some other news though. Let's see, what segment do I want to do? You know, we haven't done this segment in a while. Let's talk about being broke. All right. Bed Bath & Beyond files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I'm going to tell you right now, let me know when these niggas get to Chapter 12, because I went up in this bitch just a couple days ago. I said, you know what? I cook a lot. They got a lot of stuff in there. I like that store, but it's so expensive. But they going out of business. So they got to have the discount.
A sale.
I said it's gonna be on sale. Let me take my black ass up in Bed Bath & Beyond and catch these deals. Okay, I needed a new set of kitchen utensils for, like, you know, that spoon, a ladle, or you know those sets I'm talking about. I got a couple of spatulas, all that stuff, slided spoon, blah blah blah. So I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go get some. I walk up in there. Number one, ain't nothing on the shelves. I said, oh, damn, the sale must have been lit.
That's what I said.
It's cleaned out up in here. Okay. It's damn near empty up in here. Ain't nothing left. I said, shit, let me hop on these deals. See, hopefully they got some of what I'm looking for. Y'all, if this is broke, going out of business, then it's not broke enough. Okay, the shit was still expensive.
It was still high. And maybe it's just me. Different people think different things on sale. Like, not trying to funny niggas is like, hey, if we doing a sale, bitch, we need a real sale. Like, the fuck is this?
You're filing for bankruptcy.
Right.
That means you're broke. Okay, I've been broke. Okay, a $15 candle is now $13. That's not broke. You're doing fine. You might as well stay in business. You clearly don't want to sell this shit. This is like saying you got a yard sale, but you trying to sell them pants for what you bought them for. Sir, that's not a yard sale. That's just a regular sale. I can go to the store to get those pants.
Right.
And they won't be used. All right. What I'm saying though, I've been broke. When I was broke, you know what broke looks like? Broke looks like I just bought Madden 7 days ago. And here I am in GameStop trying to get some of this money back. And they said, $5 in store credit, and I said yes. Why? Because I was actually broke.
Selling shit at the pawn shop.
Yeah.
And they be like, we know that this thing costs you $55. Here is $2.50.
And you take it because you broke. This isn't real broke Bed Bath and Beyond. It's giving fake. I don't believe you. I don't appreciate you playing in our faces, acting like you broke. Anyway, so fuck them. But egg prices are finally coming back down to earth, everybody.
Thank God.
Yes.
You be like, shit, am I gonna buy the whole chicken coop just for a dozen eggs?
The bird flu has eased. Inflation is losing its grip on the economy. And so now, if you need to get some eggs, you can go ahead and get them.
Yeah, particularly people that love eggs, they had to cut back. They was like, bitch, I think I'm rich. Nope.
The USDA's most recent report on the national egg prices put the typical wholesale price of a dozen eggs between 99 cents and $1.39. That's a far cry from the wholesale price of $5 in many places across the country just earlier this year.
It was sky high.
Damn, Biden be doing it though. He might be falling down, but he be
keep them egg prices falling down. I'm fine with that.
What Dwayne Wade said, not how many times you fall down, but how many times you get back up.
Come on.
The most recent data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics estimated that the average consumers would pay for a dozen eggs in April around $3.27. That's the lowest it had been since September.
I know one thing, restaurants that deal with eggs and restaurants where their whole thing, we egg spectacular, whatever it is, people that bake cakes and shit. I know they're like, thank God this shit dropped. Also, the eggs ain't running out no more. The stores got them now. Right.
So, yeah, good. That's the earth is healing. We love to see it. Home attendants take over dead 103-year-old woman's New York City pad, threaten to flush her ashes, says a lawsuit. A heartless home health aide and her family allegedly commandeered a patient's Upper East Side apartment, refusing to let her daughter in after the 103-year-old woman's death. They cruelly threatened to flush the old woman's ashes down the toilet if the daughter tried to get in the apartment. Incredibly, the alleged squatters claim they have succession rights to the East 86th Street pad because they were like family to the dying woman. Woo! Listen, the rent is sky high. I get it. I'm not saying it's right. It seems very unscrupulous, but do I understand? I was in New York and I wasn't even in that long, and I was like, an old lady fall down a flight of stairs. I'm gonna at least go check the door, see what's up.
What's happening?
What's happening in that apartment? Tatiana Abello, her mother and sister have been living in the $2,088 a month 2-bedroom rent stabilized pad for 18 months and counting.
God damn.
And the goddamn part is at the $2,088. That's it. That's it. Woo, girl, you got a deal. You got yourself a deal. Okay.
That's it up there.
They better check that lady's blood work. Okay. They check them ashes for some poisoning, because who knows how she really died. It's unclear if they even paid any rent. Tatiana Abello was hired in 2016 to help care for cats, a one-time big band singer who performed under the name Vera Stewart, and her daughter Elaine Schuyler. Eventually, Abello brought her sister Victoria and mother Olympia Oviedo Reyes into the 1,221 square foot abode, which is huge in New York. I love these people. I had a relationship with them because they took care of my mother, said Skylar. She's 65. Things changed about a month after cats died, said Skylar, who lived in the apartment for more than a year during the pandemic. We talked about what the exit plan was going to be. I bought them dinners. I brought them gifts. Then one day she visited and the slider bolt on the door was on the door. Change of plans. The Bellows allegedly refused to open the door for Skylar, who had been paying the rent. They also refused to let the cops inside. New York Police Department typically will not interfere in housing disputes, leaving the cases to the courts. They were threatening to flush my parents' ashes down the toilet, claimed Skylar, who accused the Bellows in court of refusing to return her parents' remains. And honestly, like, they are living. Okay, these are young people. They're, they in the city.
Hey, right, and it's so fucked up because it's like, well, I'm gonna keep paying because I don't want to fucking lose it trying to get your ass out of there.
Left with no other recourse, Skylar took the Bellows to a Manhattan housing court, where by December 2021 they agreed to hand over the ashes to the mom and father. But the proceeding was inexplicably dropped after the ashes were delivered, leaving Katz locked out of her childhood home and unable to access her mom's belongings.
So now I got to resue you?
The landlord of the 305 East 86th Street apartment, where apartments similar to Katz rent for $7,000 a month. Now y'all know why they squatting. Is now suing Abelos and Skylar in a bid to recover the home, and they want the Abelos to start paying rent. That's wild. They're just like, just pay the rent.
Right. If you're gonna live here, shit.
So anyway, that's how broke everybody is. They fighting over apartments like this. And I get it. Apartments cost a lot.
They do.
Onions are so expensive in the Philippines that they're being smuggled into the country.
Smuggling onions.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, everybody just walking around crying for no reason. Everybody confused. Why you crying?
Yeah, I remember this from the beginning of Super Thug. You know, you smuggling onions in the Philippines? What?
So when people say you smuggling onions, they ain't talking about that ass in this case, are they?
Not this time.
Not this time.
From salads to stews, the humble onion is a key ingredient in nearly every Filipino dish. But now the vegetable costs almost 3 times more than chicken.
God damn.
Red and white onions are selling for as much as $11 for a kilogram for 2.2 pounds on Monday, which is wild because America is so the opposite. America is hard to be able to buy like one onion sometimes. Like you can get them most places, obviously. But like y'all ever see that thing? Like they do this with carrots, all the ones you don't really want, where it'd be like, if you try to buy one carrot, it's like, no, nigga, here's a bushel for 69 cents.
Right. You try to buy one celery. There's like, no, bitch, here's the whole. I don't need the whole celery.
I will actually buy one carrot for 69 cents. And that's how much we have here sometimes, you know?
It don't make sense.
Even beef brisket is 30% cheaper than onions.
Wow. And the thing is, in some countries, they actually separate things out. Because you know how here we have like 6 packs of sodas and we don't break them up. In other countries, they just break them off and just pay for them individually and just let the rest sit there. But we like, nope, you got to buy all 6, but I want one.
Well, you can buy one soda normally. I mean, no, not from a 6-pack. You can buy one soda. But yeah, it's just weird, man. Like that. I guess they dealing with a different type of broke, different type of cost thing over there.
Particularly
for them, it's onions. I don't think in America we ever had an issue with onions this whole time during the pandemic.
No, and it's one of those things where onions, like they say, it's literally in everything they cook and everything they consume. So, like, not having onions must be it's probably a huge thing over there. People are like, I can't cook a meal without these onions.
Customs officers seized $310,000 worth of white onions concealed in a clothing shipment in their latest bust in December.
God damn!
2 days.
Smuggling this shit like drugs.
2 days earlier, $364,000 worth of red onions were found from China hidden in pastry boxes.
Oh shit!
They got seized by customs too.
Oh shit! They doing the purple ones too. That was like, we gonna try all the colors.
Who the fuck is Onion CSI? Like, who gets that?
Who gets that job?
Who gets that job? Like, like, oh, we found another one. Oh, you got them? Yeah. Oh, this crime is complicated. I guess you could say it was very layered. Looks like we need to peel back these. Anyway, all right, I'm done. Car owners strain as more loan payments soar to $1,000.
Yeah, car payments are fucking ridiculous. I don't understand. Like cars went up during the pandemic because of a shortage, because everybody sold their shit. Rental car companies, everybody, they just sold the shit. And so now it's a shortage. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm not paying fucking rent for a vehicle. Like that. That's ridiculous.
If you would have told me, Rod, hopped out of time machine and said, Rod, in 2023, you'll be paying $1,000 a month for your car. I would have said, oh, I'm driving Big Hero 6. Okay, so I got a full mech suit.
I'm driving Optimus Prime. The fuck is this?
I can't wait. Thank you, person from the future, for telling me that I'm gonna be so successful that I'm gonna be driving motherfucking Pacific Rim vehicles out this bitch. And no, you just a normal fucking car.
It's not even EV, nothing spectacular, just a normal gas guzzling car.
Oh my God.
It don't make sense.
Almost 16% of consumers who financed a new car in the fourth quarter have monthly payments reaching up to $1,000.
How much are these bitches? $100,000 for a fucking Taurus? I don't understand.
I don't know, but wow. I mean, by happenstance, with our audience, especially the ones on Spotify, they got to be paying it. There's somebody listening to our show right now in $1,000 a month car. And it's not what I thought, like I'm $1,000 a month car. So you just pushing the Bentley.
You
and they just like, nah, it's a Honda Accord. This is just what it costs now.
If I'm paying that much, my door's gonna be flying sideways. This shit's gonna be blinking. Yeah, like, what spaceship she fall in from?
I'm just scared that because we both drive used cars. I'm just scared what happens when one of these cars conks out and then you're just stuck. It's like you got to because that's the only way I'm gonna pay this much if I have to, right?
I have to.
And who knows, man? Like I treat my baby good. I honestly, at this point, I don't give a fuck what they say the repair costs. I don't know what number they got to get to for me to let this Nissan go.
A bit, bitch.
It got me in the chokehold, y'all.
And what's so funny is when we go in, the people are always surprised because they quote the price and we be like, yeah, and they be like, well, I'm like, yeah, we split the payments up, whatever it takes, because bitch, what I don't want is a fucking monthly payment.
Yeah, I just don't even know what they would have to say when I'm like, yeah, this is what's wrong with my car. I need to get run. Like, I think they be looking at me because I think if you've been in the mechanic, when they about to quote you, because the repairs are expensive now too. But when they about to quote you the repair, they always had this look like, this nigga gonna take this old ass car, throw it in the trash, and go buy him a new one. Because who the fuck want to pay this much money for a car that's like 10 years old or some shit? And honest to God, it don't matter what number you said, buddy. You got to get so high that you have to get down payment on a new car high for me to be like, I guess I got to get a new car. Because I'm just like, what is just the engine? All right, yeah, let's go ahead and get that fixed.
Go ahead. You can rebuild it. Yeah, baby. What is it? The brakes? Go ahead, put some new shoes on.
Sir, we looked under the car and the defibrillator was messing with the flux capacitor. Yeah. How much?
What is it? The timing belt? Fix the bitch. Fix it.
How much? Like, yeah, I know normally an oil change is pretty, but lately it's been a lot of issues. The oil change is $600. That sounds good. Let's go ahead and get that done. Like, it don't matter, nigga. I can't afford these new car prices.
Me either.
I get a new car, I'm gonna live in it. That's just how it's gonna have to be. I can't justify that cost without at least living in my car a couple days a week just to be like, honestly, I pay $1,000 for a new car. I'm gonna be parking that shit 3-4 miles from the mall and walking the rest of the way in. I can't have a scratch on it.
A motherfucking scratch, a dent, bitch. I'm always parking the back of the parking lot. We going to the grocery store. We gonna die I guess we gonna die. You better put out the umbrella and sweat, bitch.
I'm gonna be one of those assholes that parks 3 parking spaces in diagonal and shit because I can't justify spending $1,000 a month any other way. This is insane.
It doesn't make sense. How, Sway? How?
All right, let's move on to some other news. Having a good time, everybody. Having almost too good of a time. Okay, it's time to bring this down a little bit. Let's do some fucking with black people.
25, 50, 75, 100. How much is you fuck with? How much is you fuck with?
Death by 1,000 cuts, microaggressions, gaslighting, dog whistles, manic depression. Work twice as hard no matter how high the bar is. I give it 100, not fucking Dracarys.
25, 50, 75, 100. How much is you fuck with? How much is you fuck with?
All right, fucking with black people time. Let's go. Lawyer fired after allegedly snatching a wig off a black woman in a viral video. All right, let's see.
For what reason? For what reason did you take my wig off?
Oh, wait.
Because what made you think that was the good thing to do? What made you think that was the good thing to do?
Please.
For what? For what? Why did you do that? What makes you think that that's okay? Is that funny? Is that funny?
Apologize.
You don't even fucking know me.
No.
Do you hate women or something?
Please.
Why did you take my wig off?
The fact that he's not even acknowledging that she's there.
He drunk.
Yeah, he definitely seems drunk. That seems to be his friend who's trying to get him to apologize, and he ain't with it. He does think it's funny. She was just minding her business. She had a green wig, and he just grabbed it off, and so she started filming it.
And keep walking.
There's no reason.
For what, sir? Why?
Can you just hold his lead?
Why?
Just say it.
Why did you take my wig off and just walk away? Because what?
Right.
Why?
There's no reasoning behind it.
Please.
Nah, have a nice one. Have a nice day. You're nice as fuck. Him, he needs somebody to beat his fucking ass. I'm dead ass.
That's definitely New York.
Mm-hmm. She was dead ass. I speak that now. I've been up there. That means she was very serious.
Very
For those
upset.
of y'all that don't know, it's official. New Yorkers. Me and Karen now. We speak that. He almost, he don't. A lot of y'all don't speak the Dun language, but we do. In a TikTok uploaded last week, Lizzie Ashley accused the demon of snatch. She had the caption that he was a demon of snatching her brightly colored curly afro with no remorse. And then it shows his friends trying to get him to apologize. She then posted this.
This is me, bro. So thank you to everyone who found him and I guess reported him to his company, because it was like,
We don't see it.
Oh, y'all don't need to see it. It's just really for me. Me and Lizzie, we have a special connection. And she just sent that directly to me. And I guess, okay, y'all can look at TikTok too, I guess.
Thank you.
who? I called the police. All of this happened today, by the way. 1 a.m. it happened. By 12 o'clock, y'all, in the next day, well, no, same day, y'all gave me his info. Around like 3 o'clock, I called the police and I put in a report. I went to the doctor. They're like, why you go to the doctor? The police said, go to the doctor. They was like, check everything. The doctor said my neck area is very tense, as if like a traumatic event, not like a car accident, but when you have anything, it was a shock, and he said it's very tense and I need muscle relaxer. So he gave me muscle relaxer. So I have.
And I don't know enough about wigs to know how tightly they're attached to somebody. So does that make sense to you?
Yes, because he yanked it off. It could have been sewed in.
Right.
It could have been glued. Like
Right.
it's very. It could have been pins. Like it's people put wigs
Right.
in all types of ways, and so when you're doing that, you're separating it from her hair. You could have stripped her hair out. So like somebody said, it could have had combs in it, which actually kind of digs like down into your hair. So you're yanking something off. So of course it was probably put on there pretty tightly. So you're causing my head to go back with the force of being able to rip it off.
Right. And that's one of the reasons you don't touch people's stuff you don't know nothing about. Because I don't know how the wigs are necessarily like put together, fashioned on. And I see, you'll see like comically people talk about snatching people's wigs and people play it as a joke. But I mean, one, even if she was embellishing how much her neck hurt, that's still your fault. You shouldn't have touched her. I would have came to motherfucking court with a neck brace. I want all the money. But then two, you don't even know anything other than haha, it's funny she had a green wig on. Now look, maybe it was a drunk thing or whatever, but that's not an excuse.
That's I don't know what to do from here. That I got a report, went to the doctor. I don't know what's next.
So he ended up losing his job behind that. And because Black Twitter CSI found this motherfucker and got him up out of there.
Yeah, and like you said, you brought up a good point. When you're doing something and that you know nothing about, so you just assume it was something that could quote unquote just slip off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll guarantee you, he probably had to pull it with force because odds are, if you're walking around, you don't got it like thinly on your head. You got it where it's gonna be some form of secure, where it's just not consistently falling.
Yep. So 0 to 100.
Oh, this gets 100. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, who knows, like where you work, are there any black and brown people there, and shit like that. It's like, come on, dog.
Or if y'all represent people, like who knows what kind of work they do. Yeah, it's it's very unprofessional, and this is not how you want any of your employees going viral over some shit over the weekend. The last thing I'll say 75, and the reason the 75 for me is they fired him. Like, I appreciate there wasn't we're investigating none of the bullshit. It's like, yeah, that was him, he did it. It's a bad look. Bye, get the fuck out of here.
All right.
All right, let's do another one. This is a rare slip up for one of our faves.
Oh shit.
Governor Gov Newsome declines to endorse California task force reparations check proposal. Says it's about more than cash. Well, let me tell you something, Gavin. It's not. It's actually not about much more than cash payments. It's really, I'm gonna let it go for cash payments. Now, I don't know who these other niggas are that you're getting your information from. Don't listen to them. I feel like we took a survey of the black people who listen to this show and said, guys, reparations, is it about much more than cash payments?
No.
Or meaning you can't get cash payments, or would you take cash payments? We'll say, I'll take cash payments, sir.
I don't even want the mules and the acres. Just give me cash.
Give me the cash. I don't know what to do with a fucking donkey.
Right.
Okay. I don't know about no farming.
Nothing.
Okay. I don't need the land. I need the cold hard cash.
I need to spend them ducats.
Yeah. So you can go ahead and, like, Gavin, who said that?
You know what? Wouldn't be surprising if it was some of them super educated niggas that like to theorize shit and was like, this, I have a PhD in
I think he made it up. I don't even think no one told. I honestly think they said Gavin Newsome signed this bill so we can get the reparations. He was like, isn't it about more than cash? That's what I've been hearing through my sources. Mm-mm. Who said that, Gavin? Yeah, he told Fox News Digital that reparations, which are designed to atone for the country's history of slavery and institutional racism, are about much more than cash payments. According to him, the task force findings represent a significant step forward in the fight for justice. This has been an important process, and we should continue to work as a nation to reconcile our original sin of slavery.
Blah, 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 blah. Bitch, we've been waiting for fucking ever. Give me cash.
And understand how that history has shaped our country. Dealing with that legacy is about much more than cash payments.
Yeah, it's about racism. And they're not going to change, so pay me cash so I can just go on with my life.
He declined to endorse any specific recommendations, not just the cash ones. So if it's about much more than cash, what about those recommendations?
Right.
Many of the recommendations put forward by the task force are critical action items we've already been hard at work addressing: breaking down barriers to vote, bolstering resources to address hate, enacting sweeping law enforcement and justice reforms to build trust and safety, strengthening economic mobility, all while investing billions to root out disparities and improve equity in housing, education, healthcare, well beyond.
Bitch, why can't we have it all? I don't understand. Why can't we do both? Why can't you pay us and do the other shit too? Why I got to be one or the other?
On Saturday, the 9-member committee voted in support of several proposals, including paying eligible Black Californians a minimum of $360,000 in checks, which would be enough for them to buy like half of a house.
A room?
You could buy like 2 rooms on a mansion. Everybody go in together on it. To compensate Black residents for their ancestors of slavery or racist policies such as redlining, the task force recommended setting up a new agency to determine how much they should receive from the state. Yeah, they always talk about we're investigating, we're looking into, we're doing a study. Well, the study results came back, and then you was like, it's about more than the money, though. Well, I'm pretty sure they took that into account because they studied it.
Yeah, you just didn't like the answer. And all jokes aside, it's cool this reparation shit until it's time to actually cash the check. Then everybody got to slow down and do some motherfucking investigation.
In this report, the task force did not suggest where the money would come from. The California lawmakers are expected to receive the committee's recommendations soon, and then they will decide to throw it
Do
out their
nothing.
ass. Yeah, 0 to 100.
This gets a 75. I'm fucked with, but also it's the result that I knew was going to happen because you're not serious. And it's also one reason why a lot of black and brown people are like, y'all just be talking out y'all ass about reparations. And this is why for a lot of people that go, we'll just never get them because whiteness gonna white once it. You will say all the right things, you do all the right things, you pretend like you care, but when it's time to actually execute it, that's when everybody start hemming and hawing, and all of a sudden we got to do well, bitch. Okay, so I die, and then my kids gonna have to sit and wait for you to make a decision, and their kids. So just tell the truth and just be like, we're not going to do shit. Just tell the truth, and most people will be like, well, we knew that shit. We're still mad, and we'll still demand y'all do something. But everybody knows we're not gonna do shit. It's like that's the elephant in the room, and everybody want to bullshit about it.
I'm with you. I think I say like probably a 50 for me. Because I'm not surprised by his answer. I'm not surprised by the results of the study. I'm not surprised they're not going to do shit. This country's never going to give black people reparations at the rate that they talk. And even the good people aren't going to do it because they don't see it as financially feasible, and they don't see it as viable, and they don't respect the suffering of black people.
Nope.
It's built into the equation. There is no America without slavery. And they will never balance that ledger because it is imbalanceable. It is impossible to fix. He's right in that the money alone wouldn't fix it either because lives have been lost. The thing, I still want it. I still think they should do it. And the main reason I think they should do it and the main reason I want it is because money is the only language America speaks.
Right.
It's not English, it's money. And if the black community had access to money, they'd have to treat us like something because they'd want something from us. You know what I mean?
They want you to take what we just gave you and fucking pump it back into the economy.
I don't believe in any of the moral arguments about, America and the arc of the universe and getting better and being. I don't believe in any of that. I don't believe in any of the stuff in the Constitution. I don't believe in any of that because the things I've seen with my own eyes, I'd be a fool to believe those things. I think the money talks.
Yes.
I think the money gets respected. And I would like black people to have that money. I'd like something for myself just to so that motherfuckers at least have to respect the power within our community to do things. Because when I think about who gets shot by the police, when I think about what neighbor is able to shoot the next neighbor and get away with it, I think about it not just in race terms, but in money terms, because race is a shortcut for caste is a shortcut for class, and it's all a shortcut for who does and does not have money. And all that shit equals power. So those are the reasons that I would love to see reparations in my lifetime, the next lifetime, the lifetime before mine. It needs to happen. We would never let this happen to any other race in our country. And even in the bullshit ways they've done it, they have done it with everybody but us.
Yes, and that's the part that makes people upset.
Like when you look at they're like, we'll give them casinos, or whatever the fuck. And you're like, yeah, but you did make sure that there was some money. And it was fucked up.
It's still fucked up, right?
And you committed genocide on these people to be like, okay, internment camps for Japanese people, you gave them money. They're Jewish people who weren't even like, we didn't do stuff to them. We still gave them money.
Right.
But when it's black people, all of a sudden everybody started looking and I don't got it. Oh, let me check my wallet. Oh, I must have left it in my other pants. So even the good ones, like Gavin Newsome, because he knows it's unfeasible for him to run as a presidential candidate, which he clearly wants to be one day. it's impossible for him to run in his mind and say, yeah, and a big part of my campaign is when I get into the fucking office and we opening up them federal coffers and we are going to balance the equation to the black community. He like, I ain't saying that dumb shit. So, but yeah, it's only 50 because I actually was expecting it.
It's right. It's political suicide, particularly
Essentially to them, yeah.
Yeah.
Prince Harry admits he was probably bigoted before a relationship with his wife, Meghan Markle, and naive about media coverage due to her ethnicity.
I believe him.
Yeah, and all I'm saying is justice for Tay-Tay, okay? Because my girl Taylor Swift, y'all dogged her. Knowing that she wasn't going to be with this man but for 45 seconds because she runs through them like Taco Bell at 3 a.m. But you had to come for my girl. She was minding her business. Trying to get some dick from a bad boy happens to all of you. Everyone who's ever listened to this show that is of the get some dick persuasion done fuck some nigga they regret at some point.
Yes, you have.
But she can't have no regrettable dick. She can't have no dude that just knocked the bottom out and be like, oh, okay, cool. That was a fling. That was my hot girl summer. No, all her people gotta submit their resume on LinkedIn for y'all to pretend, so y'all can pretend like y'all give a fuck. And yet Megan is dating a whole ass former white supremacist and y'all just letting it slide. Okay, it's adorable. It's everybody avatar. Fine. But the man himself, like, I used to be a racist until about 15 minutes before I met Meghan Markle. Okay. She made me not racist. I looked around, I said, God damn, it's racist over here. I was reading the paper. I said, ooh, why they talking about you like this, Megan? She said, because I'm black, nigga. It's racism. He's like, oh, what? That's real?
That's real, right? I started talking to my family and they were like, sir, what is wrong with you?
I didn't think about this when I was dressing like a Nazi and shit. Mm-mm. Now, look, I don't mean to come for Harry like that, but y'all came for y'all came for Tay-Tay. So this is just a little something to show you how it feels. It don't feel good.
At least he's willing to admit it.
Okay. I mean, I'm not letting it go, is what I'm saying. I could do this every time his name come up, and I won't. This is probably the last time you hear, as long as y'all leave Taylor alone. We can call it a truce. But I wouldn't be shocked if any white person was like, I was racist or used to be racist or was naive about racism until I started dating somebody of a different race, because that's what whiteness is supposed to do. Insulate you from this shit. If you want to turn your head and not experience racism, not see it, you can just choose to not do that. And most white people will.
Right.
You know, that's how privilege works. Mm-hmm. So it's not shocking or surprising or a huge betrayal that he would even admit this. I really don't know if there would ever be a white person that said this that I'd be like, what? Like, you didn't know. Like, of course they didn't know. They didn't care and they didn't know because they didn't have to know.
Right.
There's a lot of black people that would like to not know.
Yeah. I tell people, and I really truly feel like this, black people are not an exception to the rules. Black people just aren't in a position to ignore shit. If they were, they would do the same thing. We are not above it at all. It's a human nature thing.
If Travis Kelce was like, I used to say nigga a lot, I'd be like, and you still do, but I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be like, what? And he seemed to be a down white dude. And I'm like, yeah, he said it. So I'm not, you know what? 0 for you, Harry.
Yeah, and I don't care. Yeah, 0.
0 for both of y'all. I don't care. Mm-mm. I guess good that you finally read one of them books or whatever it is that brought you to this awakening. We love to see it. Mm-hmm. You know, we stand a vanilla king.
For real though.
Oh, sorry. That's always gonna be funny. We stand a vanilla king. Okay.
that is always hilarious.
We love to see it. We love to see it. You believe racism exists now, and that's, hey, I don't know how old you are, but hey, you finally came around. We were getting a little nervous, but it looks like your black child is in good hands now. Oh man. All right, let's do some guess the race. This time for 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 guess the race. Florida burglar wearing a box on his head blows his cover and bungles a robbery. The suspect
Did he pop out the box?
he was thinking outside the box.
Was he playing Jack in the Box?
The suspect was wearing he was trying to carjack in the box. Yeah. Suspect was wearing a cardboard box on his head to conceal his identity. He robbed a phone repair shop in Miami Gardens. Ooh, that's slept on. A phone repair shop. That's a sneaky, like they might got some cash in there. You know, I kind of respect that he's willing to take a risk like that. This is the video of the robbery.
Pretty bizarre scene here. A new video shared by Miami Gardens business owner shows a thief stealing phones while covering his head up with a cardboard box. The surveillance video captured the robbery around 4.
Y'all, this motherfucker took the box off his head to get some of the goddamn shit. This dumb.
Oh, to carry it.
This dumb, not to carry it. He broke the counter, the glass counter case with all the stuff inside. He started grabbing valuables. The box was all over the place. He takes the box, lifts it off of his head so that now it's tilted in a way where the open part of the box is showing his whole entire fucking face.
Oh, so he just tilted it back.
What is the point of the box?
If
that is what you're gonna do with the box.
Oh, I'm surprised that he put shit in and just walk out the front door.
Then put everything back. Yeah, you're right. Why didn't he just put everything in the box? If that's all you're using it for.
Okay, I thought
the box had one job.
The box had one job. That's why I was like, what did he do? You might as well just came in with the box, put the shit in the box, and left with the box. What was the purpose of putting it on your head then?
No wonder you get D's and everything.
Saturday morning. It happened at I Repair Tech, which is located on Northwest 183rd Street. At one point, the clumsy culprit even drops his disguise, revealing his face just before he leaves the store. The owner tells us the thief took 19 iPhones and $8,000 in cash, doing a total of $15,000 in damage. The suspect was later spotted in the area around 5:30 Saturday afternoon and arrested.
Of course he was.
He doesn't sound smart.
Of course he was. I'm trying to see if they name the thief. Okay, so his name is Griffin. Let me see what the first name. Claude Vincent Griffin. He's 33. Charged with grand theft.
I'm going black.
Hair's going black. Let's check the chat room. Bobby from Atlanta, black. I got the hookup. Black. Bibby. What is Bibby? Is that a race? Okay. I don't know that one. Bird Box Brain White. Just finished playing Metal Gear Solid. He was Solid Snake White.
Oh no.
Cardboard colored Negro. What's in the box? A blackhead. The correct answer is to be young, gifted, but not black. Well, not black is not a race, June. You got to say which race it is. I see you trying to hedge your bets. Well, only you know that you cheated inside, and you just cheated yourself. That's all. The correct answer is black. Which is interesting because June picked the only thing that could happen is that she could lose is because she didn't say what race it was. So she said not black and he was black. So and that's him.
Did they hit him upside the face?
I don't know. Maybe the box did it.
He had a boxing match with the box.
Yeah, this did not seem like a cleverly thought out. This wasn't no Ocean's 11, y'all. This felt like Ocean's -5. All right, let's go to the next one.
That was not enough ocean.
Yeah, he was Lake 7 or whatever. The song "We Didn't Start the Fire" was blasting from inside a Minnesota building that was set ablaze by the landlord. According to
What?
police who say the accused arsonist queued up the Billy Joel singer while torching the property with his tenants inside.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like that time that I got caught cheating and I was playing It Wasn't Me by Shaggy. Man, it was awkward. It was awkward. Investigators allege that Travis Carlson, 37, burned a Duluth duplex last Thursday morning using gasoline extracted from his car as an accelerant. Carlson, who is being held on $75,000 bail, has been charged with arson first degree, a felony carrying a maximum 20 years prison sentence. As detailed in the probable cause statement, Duluth Police Department officers were dispatched to the duplex around 4 a.m. I wonder if the woman from our broke segment was like, I should burn this building down. These people won't.
Oh no, I hope not. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it.
They won't give my mama ashes back. Everybody gonna be ashes.
Right. I got my ashes. Shit, just pay the rent. Just pay the rent. It ain't even worth the hassle no more.
When the first responders arrived, they saw the upstairs apartment in flames with "We didn't start the fire" blaring from the upstairs apartment.
That's fucking hilarious.
He got a sense of humor.
Could you imagine the police? Woo, woo. Do you hear that? I mean, we're coming
Right.
to put out the fire. What is this?
What else is on his arson playlist?
Yes, arson playlist.
Fire. He's like, just let it play. Got me burning, burning, burning.
The roof.
The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn.
Burn. They walk up in there. He doing a two-step and shit, squatting. I'm like, sir, what are you doing?
We on fire.
Come on.
Just get
All the fire songs.
Disco Inferno is playing. Burn,
Yeah.
baby, burn. The firemen are just putting out their thing, like they just all dancing and shit. Like, hey,
that's my tune.
hey.
So we're gonna put your fire out, but you got a bomb playlist.
Hey, look, man. Before we put you in these handcuffs, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and DM me that playlist.
Yeah.
'Cause, you got a lot of hits on here. But yeah, the downstairs tenant told cops that he was awoken by the sounds of Carlson smashing glass and breaking things inside the upstairs unit. A neighbor reported seeing Carlson wearing a helmet and smashing his own windows at 3:30 a.m. How mad was he at these tenants? I'm gonna burn my own shit down. That'll teach you,
Sir.
The witness added that he saw Carlson under his truck with gas cans going in and out the house before seeing a flash like a fireball coming from the upstairs apartment.
Ooh.
Arson investigators discovered a drilled hole in the gas tank of the defendant's truck and lids to gas cans laying on the ground by the truck. Additionally, a drill was found nearby. He didn't want the crime to be hard to solve. Yeah, he laid ruin to his own apartment for 20 minutes. He knocked on the tenant's door to announce the house is on fire. Pictured above, he was arrested the following day and found with fresh burn injuries. Oh, he's not good at this. Well, I mean, I guess he wasn't like trying to get away with it either, so I don't know. While Carlson's tenants have been displaced by from the property, they were not injured in the blaze.
Now they ain't got nowhere to live.
Yeah. Oh man, Karen, guess the race.
Red hot whites.
Red hot white. All right. Let's see what else. See what people believe the race is here. It's like he thought he could make an insurance claim on the obvious arson, Billy Joel White, but he not gonna cry about it. White, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Fire Marshal Bill White. Fuck around with me. I'll show you motherfuckers. White. Hot, crazy white boy, summer white. Playlist was lit white. 400 degrees redneck. I think everyone said white, and you all got it right. I guess y'all got it right because I mean the playlist song was like a white song.
Super white.
Yeah, so maybe that was, if you were playing like Fire and Desire.
I think I'd be like,
could be,
maybe.
But yeah, he was white. Everybody, let's go to the bonus round. Karen is a hot 2 for 2.
Woohoo!
I ain't racist.
How can I be racist about any anybody or
anything
in my life. How can I?
Call them niggas.
Just call them niggas. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Jumping, spear, chucking, 360
Degrees, basketball, dunking. If you're planning, Florida police were summoned to the Palms of Clearwater development Sunday night after a witness reported seeing a man pull his pants down and begin to masturbate to a pornographic video on his personal cell phone. Let's identify the accused masturbator as Christopher Harris, 51, a resident of the Palms. Ironic. The hairy Palms. Which describes...
You putting the palms to work, apparently.
Right. The Palms describes itself as a Mediterranean oasis, only minutes from the Clearwater beaches. More like an oasis. Harris police noted in an arrest affidavit also connected the video to a Bluetooth speaker and began playing the video out loud as he masturbated. So he a freak. He wants y'all to know. Okay. Now they don't say what video he was watching, so we don't know. That would be a good hint on what the race
would
is.
Be a good.
You might have been watching that Black Payback, and they would be like, "Oh, he was watching Mayonnaise Monster. It's bread." Then you go, "Oh, I know what race that is," but we don't know.
So you in there just chilling, and you just hear porn playing, and everybody looking confused, like,
and knowing how porn is these days, it would have been like, "Oh no, my stepbrother is stuck in the washing machine or some shit."
Right?
Because everything got a plot now.
Right? We gotta have plot and lines and shit.
You gotta get invested. It's Memorial Day, and it's time to have sex with my stepmom. It's like, I don't know. Feel like a lot of plot lines are getting confused here.
It's gonna be all seasonal and shit. They're gonna be going to the beach because it's summertime.
Right. After being read his rights, he reportedly admitted to playing with himself, adding that he is intoxicated, and when he does stupid things. He's arrested for exposure of sexual organs, a misdemeanor. He was released from the county jail Monday night on his own reconnaissance. Well, did he get his Bluetooth speaker back?
Right.
He also has convictions in the past for criminal mischief and battery. Guess the race.
Oh, 100% white.
100% white, says Karen. Okay, she thinks he was watching some Bang Bros. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Pee Wee Herman added again, white abroad, as Nerdy the Sensei. Race play porn white. There was a lot of gagging on the video. We don't know what the race was.
Yeah, I'm going white too, because the person that called in would be like, "I thought it was a remote control. It turns out it was his dick."
What?
Just a stereotype of how black people got big dick.
Okay, all right. That's new. No, I didn't know the remote control. I'm with you. I'm with you now. You made it. It's a good go. Race play porn white. I'm so drunk. You got to see this cock white. Porno chat GPT. Matt Healy watching Ghetto Gaggers white, right? That disgusting son of a bitch. Look, now that he's not with Taylor, we can say how we really feel. Okay. I'm shaming that kink. Okay. White as his cum, milky, ew. Why you say ooh to your old comment? You don't want to make the joke. We didn't force you to say that.
Like, ew.
Everyone got it right. And that's him.
Oh no, he look like an older dude, bro.
He just looks like he's sorry.
Yeah,
I feel like this part of the kink too was getting arrested to be like, yeah, and then I'm taking my sorry mug shot. And like, oh, I'm a bad boy. I've been so bad. Daddy need a spanking. Like, oh God, is the kink still having it? Maybe you should beat me with those nightsticks, officers, just to prove a point.
No, we will not.
Can you make these cuffs a little tighter? Oh God, he's still coming.
No, sir.
It's a cop's worst nightmare.
Right?
All right.
Whooping your ass. You're like, I like it, sir.
Cops aren't racist. They just think black people got weird kinks. All right, y'all. Let's get to the sword ratchetness.
Hit me again, sir. Sir, calm it down.
Don't worry, Johnson. He's into it.
Don't worry, Johnson. Just hit him with the Johnson. Yeah. Ah.
All right. Let's talk about it. Sword ratchetness. A man was shot. Oh, wait. I can play this? Oh, no. I might be able to play this.
Tonight, Dayton police said the man they shot today will survive. I'm Gabrielle Enright. James Brown is off. Police have not named the suspect, but did say he was naked and carrying a sword when he charged at officers on Suman Avenue. News Center 7 first reported this as breaking news at 5. Now today, News Center 7's Brandon Lewis is live in the neighborhood where this happened. And Brandon, neighbors told you watching this was scary for them.
Gabby, the scene is clear at this hour. You may remember hours ago just how big of a police presence we had here. Right now, we know that DPD and the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office have launched investigations into what happened here. We also know that those 2 officers who fired their weapons likely will go through some sort of evaluation and will be off the job for a few days. Jody Schulte was sitting on her porch with her dad when all of a sudden,
when we heard bang, bang 3 times, our dogs even jumped up on our lap, scared to death.
moments later,
I walked around to the corner, and then I seen a body laying on the ground.
Dayton's police chief told News Center 7 they got calls around 5 p.m. about a naked man with a sword on Suman Avenue. He said it took 2 minutes for officers to get there.
He was told to drop the sword. What we know at this point is that at that time he charged the officers, and there were 2 officers here on the scene, and both discharged their firearms.
Chief Afsel said right now they believe the man was shot in the leg. Officers taped off this part of Suman Avenue for hours. DPD said deputies from the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office were called in to investigate the officers' actions.
They're going to take the investigation and determine if the force that was used was appropriate or not for the scene.
Neighbors looked on, and some told us this is not the type of thing they want to see in their neighborhood.
Stuff happens around here, but I
mean, what neighborhood is this? The kind of stuff you want to see,
right? Nowhere.
I love his shirt, by the way.
Right, I was out of nuts.
We've never seen that before.
It's really disturbing.
As the investigation plays out, some who live nearby think
like they're never going to interview somebody who's like, yeah, a naked man with a sword got shot by the police up the street. Well, that's the kind of thing that we like to see around here. You know, we're a very progressive neighborhood, and we also are very pro cop. It honestly checks all the boxes. We like swords. We like people getting shot. We like nudity. It's just you came to the right place, man. Thanks. News.
Could have been worse.
the police chief said all this information is preliminary, so it could change. We expect the news conference Thursday. We're live in Dayton. Brandon Lewis, News Center 7.
Shout out to Sam Elliott for that. Could have been worse. Like, yeah, okay. How much?
Brandon Lewis, your makeup person didn't do their job because, like, your face, like his skin is like
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
2 times brighter than his neck.
I was gonna leave it alone. They filming at night. You know, it's a lot going on out there. Niggas is naked with swords. I get it, buddy. It's a hard job. Now, Karen don't have no respect for you, so go ahead, Karen. Give him some more pointers.
No, that's just something that I noticed. I was like, wait a minute. We got 2 tones.
Okay. All right, that's it for this episode of the Black Guy with Tips. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back when we back. Balls Deep is Friday for premium people, so that will be happening as far as you know. And till next time.